I want to go through some your memories from the videos that you've made from shooting them. And actually, the only thing that I've heard in interviews say any kind of disappointment about any of them was "Smells Like Teen Spirit," that not turn out to be exactly what you thought about it.
Yeah, I mean, although it worked, I mean, I liked the video overall, but it wasn't what I pictured in my mind. When I come up with an idea for a video, I want it to be translated exactly how I see it in my mind, and it just wasn't that way. I mean, we didn't take enough time, we didn't prepare ourselves enough to have as much control as we wanted to, you know? And I just remember walking in the day of the shoot and looking at the set, because I had meetings with Sam Bear, and I told him what I wanted. I drew pictures of it, and I walked in, and it wasn't what I wanted. You know, it looked like a Time Life commercial to me. You know, with that backdrop, it just looked like such a contemporary. You know those kind of commercials where people are sitting there, trying to sell aspirin or something, or an AT&T commercial. That's what it looked like to me. It looked too contemporary, but still, the kids made the video, and I had to, even after Sam had edited it, he edited it and sent it to me, and I didn't like it, and I flew down at the last minute to LA and edited it myself. I threw in a few extra things, which pretty much saved it, because I don't want to toot my own horn, but I mean, there was a lot of really good footage that wasn't used, and if a lot of that wasn't used, it would have been a really bad video.
You did a couple with Kevin Kerslake. What was now the only? I guess the blues and the purples and your faces being distorted was the only thing you really wanted from "Come As You Are." Is that true, or was it, or the biggest things that you were concerned with that?
Yeah, those were the biggest things. And I wanted a baby underwater, and I just wanted a water effect. And overall, I'd say, a real large percentage of that was exactly how I thought of it in my mind. But he came up with the idea of the actual set, with the stairs and the chandelier and stuff. And it just worked out perfectly. I mean, it's really good. It's great to work with somebody that can come up with their own ideas too, and just surprise you, and not only come up with the same exact vision that you had, translate that, and then throw in their own ideas. And that works even better, because then you have more things to work with,
How long do you have to swing from the chandelier?
Quite a few hours, yeah.
So if you can just kind of explain how the idea for In Bloom came up, and who that is doing the Ed Sullivan bit again.
Oh, who is the guy that... Oh, that's Doug Llewellyn. The guy in the In Bloom video is Doug Llewellyn from the People's Court. He's the MC, or whatever you would call him. He's the guy that talks to the people after they win or lose, He interviews them. Yeah. It was my idea to come up with that. I thought I want to do a video that's either from... I wanted something that looked like it was off of live television from the late 50s or early 60s. And I thought the best way to do it, instead of trying to reproduce that effect with new film, I asked Kevin, are those kinescope cameras still available? And he said, yeah, we can get them in Hollywood. You can get anything in Hollywood. So it just worked out perfectly. I didn't think we'd ever be able to actually find those kind of cameras, but we did. I was talking to Kevin about it, and I said that I would like him to say something about how nice and clean cut we are, how perfect we are, because, the In Bloom video came out at the height of us being thought of as degenerates, so, we needed a lighthearted video,
Now, was Sliver supposed to, I know that was done in your garage or something?
Yeah.
Basement? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was that, I don't know, maybe I'm high thinking this, but I thought I heard someplace that was supposed to replicate an old, rehearsal space here or something, or?
No, it turned out that it looks a lot like my old apartment in Olympia, because I used I had moved all my stuff. I had my my entire apartment, all the stuff from my apartment from Olympia, stored in a storage space for the last 2 years, and I brought it up to the house when we moved into Seattle last year, and I had all this stuff in the basement, and so I set everything up exactly how I had it in my apartment in Olympia. It's just weird deja vu to see that.
How did Frances Bean survive that? Was she kind of...
That's just trickery. That's just she wasn't right in the middle of us dancing around and throwing things. You know, we shot us dancing around, and then we put her down, and then like just drop paper around her, you know, and then edited it together to make it look like she was like at our feet.
But actually, why Anton?
Well, we met him a few months before we did the video, or before we decided to do the video. He did a photo shoot for us, and he was just such a nice guy. And then I think it was a New Order video, and I wanted to work with somebody that was a photographer or an artist this time. I just wanted to make sure that the visuals were going to be really stark and vivid, you know. So that's why we chose him.
The idea were the hanging fetuses and the Oregon woman and Santa and the cross and all that stuff.
All of it was my idea, except for the large woman. You know, that was Anton's idea, and that was just another thing that he just threw in. You know, we didn't even talk about that. It was just he just happened to film her one day when we weren't there, and it was incredible. I mean, it turned out so great. Like I was saying before, it's really great to work with somebody who has their own ideas, you know. That video has come closer to what I've seen in my mind, what I've envisioned, you know, than any other video. I didn't think it would ever be possible to come that close, you know. It was just perfect.